Alrighty, people ask me what I have for dinner and food and things like that, so I thought I'd make a video. And of course, everybody thinks they eat well, even really people who don't get even close to it. So of course, as I've grown, then my level of awareness, my level of education and consciousness according to my vibration has improved, and therefore I'm eating from that place. So highly recommended that we study, especially for me. Ayurveda has been amazing. But during my journey, a number of times I'm always taking on advice or seeing a naturopath or someone who's an expert and taking on board and adding and making a few adjustments. So, and of course, what I found is the most successful strategy for diet and nutrition and detoxing and everything is to eat for my bodily imbalance. So, currently I'm working on lots of mucuses coming out from large intestine and reproductive system and bladder and urinary tract and things. So I'm loading up the fats and oils because that's the water element, and I'm a fire type body type. So because for a long time I had a lot of fire that was out of control, like a hand grenade or a fire bomb, then in order to cool and calm my fire, I need to get as many fats and oils and the water element down lower as I can to nourish it. So another way to tell is if you're a fire body type, you walk faster than everybody, you over-exercise, it's harder for you to stop and do slow practices, and you think everyone's stupid. Because, they are. But guess what? We're delusional until we actually get up to our third eye, and that's when we can actually start to think and have confidence for ourselves and stop our mind. Helpful then. So, and of course, I'm always also eating according to both the body and the universe. So in Ayurveda, the fire time of the day is between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. during midday. And then in the evening, that's when we fire up our detoxification processes the most. So this is generally my dinner. Keeping it small, keeping it light, but keeping up with lots of fats and oils so my skin is nice and sexy and smooth. So if you've got dry skin, guess what? You need to load up the fats and oils. Load them up. And because if we've been deficient in fats and oils our entire life, 20, 30, 40 years, we've got to balance that out. And in India, when they have children, they're ladling on and self-massage with coconut oil from birth every day. That's why they have fantastic skin and they're sharp. And if we haven't been doing that, we need to balance it out. We need to load it up. And of course, as part of the Ayurvedic Panchakarma process, the detoxification of a number of weeks, the first thing is to load up for 5 tablespoons of ghee per day till it comes out of the skin, and then you're well oiled and you can detoxify out of the mucous membrane properly. So I'm often suggesting for friends and clients that when the coconut oil is in liquid form, it's now a drink. Because it has cooling properties, beautiful for antifungal, lots of anti-yucky stuff properties, and that's exactly what fire people need. So, I'm avocado. Love the avocados. It's called testicle fruit for a reason. It looks like a testicle. Also looks like an ovary or a womb. So fantastic. And of course I'll add coconut oil in there. I've got tahini with all the beautiful sesame seeds. I've got a nut butter here with, peanuts, sesame, cacao, chia, all good fats and oils. And I've often on the go got, Ayurveda, what we call rasayanas. These things are like a herbal jam, I call them. And as you can see, it's got a bucket load of herbs in there. You can actually survive and thrive off these alone. I've often got 2 or 3 of those on the go. This one's Chavanapasam. It's an immune system tonic because obviously mucus going on, immune system boost would be helpful. And it's always got a combination of cinnamon and cardamom and cloves and ginger and lots of beautiful things for absorption. So I'm often just putting it in the middle of the avocado, loading it up with all of that good stuff, all the beautiful fats and oils for the water element to nourish my mucous membrane, because that's often what we miss in the West, is the fats and oils, and that's of course the ether element for the nervous system. So vegetarians and vegans are obviously missing out on all that sort of stuff, and they're coming from a dietary dogma which is generally dangerous. Because if we miss out on something, the body's going to tell us. It might tell us in a couple of years, or 5 or 10 or 20 years when you've screwed it up. Guess what? Best not to miss it in the first place. Coming from an educated place is always the biggest advantage. Rather than from the head, we're listening to our body and what our bodily needs. So, this is my dinner. It fills me up. It's quite good. Super tasty. So as you can see, while I'm having this, I'm having, I don't know, maybe 10 teaspoons, or 10 tablespoons really, of fats and oils. And then I'm heading to more of a ketogenic diet. So then my body is burning fats and oils and burning the mucous membrane rather than burning carbs and adding more mucus forming foods in. Big advantage. And then we can have the muscle tone and a positive flow in our life and in our gut health and in our body. And then we'll have a positive flow in our whole entire lives. Pretty handy.